Hey everybody, Steve Kane here. Some of you may know me from the Prodigy Battalion team. Others may know me from placing 4th place out of 4 people at the Justin Lago Graphic Design Open. Anyway, today I'm here to do a little bit of a different video. I'm going to focus on some tips on how to do fundraisers or maybe fundraise for a tournament. Recently, I held the Joes versus Pros tournament in Forest Valley Disc Golf Club in Northern Virginia, specifically Triangle, Virginia, to raise money for Team Rubicon. Team Rubicon is an organization that brings veterans together to respond to natural disasters. It's a great event. The whole purpose of it was to raise the funds, but I wanted to pit average Joes like myself against professionals. So I was able to bring in Matt Hammerston, Sham Shiley, Nick Carl, Andrew Fish, a couple other professionals to come in. And then I put them in vicarious situations like push-ups before throw, throwing only grenades, rollers off a certain hand, just different stuff like that. So, but as I did it, I quickly realized that holding a fundraiser is a lot of work. So I decided I wanted to take this video and give you 5 tips on tips that would probably help you along the way. So tip number 1, you definitely need friends. Friends are going to be that core nucleus of your buddies that help you get stuff. And it's anywhere from helping you run the operation to donating discs for raffles, to donating stuff, to just lending a helping hand. Without friends, you don't get in the doors. I had to lean on a lot of friends to kind of introduce me to other businesses. I had to ask some friends to help me out, fiscally. So they would put some money in, and I would, without the friends helping me, I would not have been able to do this. All right, now, tip number 2. That's right, secure sponsors. And when I say secure sponsors, I mean, make sure that when you do get a sponsor to commit, get the money up front. And it's no fault to the companies, but if you ask money and then 2 months later you come to collect, there could be issues, right? They could have a bad month. Economy can go bad, inflation. And it's no fault to their own. At the time when you ask, they definitely were going to help. But then stuff happens, life happens, and it's no fault to their own. But if you are going to get monetary assistance from businesses, make sure you get the money up front, because that will have second and third order effects about how you want to run the event. So make sure you do that. Also, one thing that I didn't realize when I first started is make sure you have a sponsorship level sheet. What I mean by that is you can have everywhere from $25 for a hole, $50 for on-live coverage. There's different steps that you can take, meaning that, if you get an elite sponsor packet for like $500 or $1,000, then you'll get benefits with that. So make sure you have a sponsorship sheet. It takes all the personality out of it. It's just, hey, here, you give me $25, you're going to get a name on a hole. Thank you very much. Or if you give me $500, you're going to get your name on the main coverage. Thank you very much. So it makes it less personal, but make sure you do that. That's very important. All right. Tip number 3. That's right. Be flexible. Things are going to happen, right? So at the beginning of the event, I had this, delusion that I wanted to do all this stuff. And I was like, hey, I'm going to get these discs for cheap. I'm going to sell them. People are going to buy. I have a big network of local disc golfers, and, they're going to be able to do that. So it just didn't pan out that way. So I had to be flexible. I had to drop some of the things that I wanted to do, or I had to make a decision to front it myself in hopes to make the money on the back end. But you have to be flexible and be ready to change the overall product. For instance, if you had a main sponsor come in and they dropped, no fault of their own, but they had to, you have to be able to delete stuff. Because if not, then your overhead's going to be too high. You're not going to make money for the charity that you want to. So be flexible. Don't be so stubborn that, nope, this is going to happen, unless you're willing to come out of pocket. If you're willing to come out of the pocket, then, hey, more power to you. All right. Tip number 4. Do not overcharge. So, I had this perception in my mind that if I provide a good product disc, not the baseline, but a better disc, and then I tied it directly to the charity that I was going for, that I would be able to sell each of those discs for $30. I think I overcharged. I think if I had went 20 to start off with, I still would have made some pretty good money. Obviously not as much money, but I would have made pretty good money, and then I would have less discs sitting in a box in my room. So be careful of what you're providing, and then don't overcharge. Look at the market value for the discs. Any dollar helps to the charity. So if you oversell or you overcharge, then people are going to be less likely to buy them. So you got to be careful. Do not overcharge. Also, have part of that overcharging is have a good raffle matrix. I posted raffle tickets, and hey, my thought of, hey, it's charity. So you buy the raffle tickets, you get a little bit more every more you spend. But I over or underestimated people's response to that. So be careful. Just you can go online, you can Google good raffle spreads. So like 5 tickets gets you 5, 10 gets you 12, 15 gets you 20, and then you bring it and build it and build it. That will help you to get more people involved with the raffle. Also, even if you do $1 gets you 1 raffle ticket, then more people are going to dish out $1. So don't limit yourself, don't overcharge, and then you'll be successful in raising some additional money. All right, tip number 5. That's right, and the most important tip. Have fun. You went down this path to have for charity, right? You went down this path to bring a game that you love to help support a charity that you love. And at the end of the day, it's a lot of work, but just go back and think about what you're doing this for. You're doing this for the veterans, or you're doing it for children with cancer. You're doing it with whatever, name the charity. So no matter how much work it is, no matter how flexible you have to be, at the end of the day, it is for a great cause, and you just have to have fun. I had a bunch of fun during the tournament. Was it a lot of work leading up to it? Yeah, I had to do a lot of extra work. But at the end of the day, it's all about that charity. And it's all about just giving back to a community that has given so much to you, has given so much to whatever you're going towards. And so at the end of the day, just have fun. And that will take out a lot of the stress. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Those are 5 tips that will help you if you decide to raise funds when it comes to disc golf, being a TD, whatever. Those are some of my pointers. I hope you enjoyed them. And remember, if you do these, you too can be a novice for life.